going on, guys? Lawson here. It's early in the morning, about 7 o'clock right now, and there's so much bait in the spot that I just pulled up on. So I've rigged up a topwater on my 3000 and then a big giant popper on my 4000. So the spook is going to be primarily for snook, and then the big popper is going to be if we see any big giant jack feeding in this huge school of mullet. But I can already hear some fish feeding, so we're going to get on some fish. Oh, the snook back there. Got my spook. Heard the classic snook slurpage. Get this back in there and walk it. I kind of have to choose my angle right here though. If you see, very, very tight cover. On, there he is. It's the second it landed, that snook came out and just slammed it. I think it's a snook. Sounded like a snook. That snook very quickly turned into a jack. Isn't that the best when your nice snook turns into about a 5-pound jack? Alright, first fish of the morning, a little bruiser right there. I really thought that was a snook when it ate up that close to the mangroves. Doesn't matter though, we're going to keep going, hopefully get on a snook and maybe even a bigger one of these guys. Alright, so I tried throwing up against the walls for a little bit. The tide's just a little too low, I think, to really hold very many fish against the walls. I still caught a jack and had a few blows, but they're not really holding against the wall. They'll push bait up to it, but they're not really staging up against it. So I'm gonna grab the big old popper and kind of float out in the middle and try to see if I can hook up with a big giant jack. I just saw a giant jack feeding up here in the middle of the river. It's just, I don't know if I'll be able to get there in time to really get a good cast on them. We'll give a cast up that way and see, but oh, he missed it, dude. He came off. The second it landed, he crushed it. Oh, I just got cranked, guys. Nice snook, nice snook. The Vudu mullet was sinking and he came out and ate it. Stay down, dude, stay down. Oh, God. Oh. He's a big one. He's not a monster, but he's a good fish. I was letting the mullet sink and he came out and cranked it. Oh. I gotta use a trolling motor to pull me away from this bridge. He's trying to come up. He's a fat fish. It's a great snook. Oh, this just made my morning right here. Unless he comes off when he jumps like that. Okay, we're good, we're good. He's dogging me, man. Like, really dogging me. He's a big old snook, guys. Oh. I gotta get him in before he frays. How about that guy right there? I would guess he's 35 inches probably. That is another awesome fish on that Vudu mullet. In the past 3 days, I've caught 6 snook, and 2 of them have been around this size. That is awesome. I want to show you just again how badly they choke these things right there. That's just insane. That is a beautiful fish. That fish, he ate that Vudu mullet so deep, it was very, very difficult to unhook from his mouth. This is a big snook, and she seemed to not have any trouble swimming off anyways. Alright, another nice one on the Vudu mullet right there. It's probably about 26-inch snook right there. I can't even film. I'll probably put it back on right now, but it was raining so hard that I was afraid my GoPro was going to break. But I might put it back on here in a second. But that's the second nice snook in the morning. A lot smaller, but still a nice fish. Right there on that Vudu. There's so much mold out here. I'm actually just gonna like let my swim bait sink beneath this school and reel it beneath this huge school. Just gonna slowly drag it underneath the school because the school is pressed up against the surface right now. And I imagine there's snook and jack sitting beneath them waiting for them to go low or whatever. So I'm just gonna kind of reel it at a medium pace, but try to keep it down a little bit and see what happens. Oh, God. That's a huge bummer. What even just snapped? My braid just snapped when that jack came up and ate that mullet right against the boat. That's a bummer because I've caught a ton of snook in the past few days on that lure right there. I'll have to go buy another one, I guess. Well, I'm depressed. Alright, I am done for the morning. This morning was a ton of fun. It was pretty awesome. It's still early, but I decided to go in because I'm drenched in water because I sat there and fished during a whole 20-minute rainstorm. And it worked out. I caught a little snook, and right before that storm really hit, I caught that nice big snook. And sometimes that pressure system moving in really fires those fish up, so it's good to fish in a storm as long as it's safe, and you're not being stupid. If it's just rain, as long as you don't mind the rain, you can catch a lot of good fish when it rains and during storms. But today was a ton of fun. That swim bait, the Vudu 5.5-inch swim bait, just crushed it. I'm pretty bummed that jack stole at the last second. The only thing I can think why it snapped is when I was fighting with those snook, its gill plate must have hit my braid, or it might have rubbed the braid against the bridge piling or something like that. And then when that jack came and just hit it so hard, it just pulled it. Whatever, I'm just going to pick up another one, I guess. But this morning was awesome. I love catching big snook like that on swim baits. It was a good morning. I hope you guys liked the footage. Thank you. See you.